because what they needed to question was what were the ingredients that were going into the pot. The coach is the cook. He's the chef, so to speak, and stirs the pot. But if you don't put good ingredients there, the food's not going to taste that good.
Well, in the era of the salary cap, it really is a balancing act. How do you try to keep your best players? How do you get the best possible role players and support players around them? And I think, they've only been back-to-back championships, I think, twice in the last 25 years, something like that. It's really, really difficult to do now in hockey to maintain that team from one year to the next. Actually, the Tampa Bay Lightning got a pretty good shot at it.
They're going to be, because they're young.
Yeah, they're going to be back next year with almost an intact team.
It's a good relationship between Stan Bowman and Joe Quenneville and Rocky Wirtz and John McDonough, the four of them together, and Jay Blunt, too.
Fireboats.
The five of them together.
What a beautiful sight that is.
Isn't that great?
And, you talk about
Great
the salary cap. Look at some of the numbers. After 2010, only 23 names were engraved on the cup in 2010. 12 of those people were not on the team a year later, so it was more than half change. In 13, 6 of the 25 were gone the next year. It's constantly evolving because they've got to make all this fit.
Well, it shows that between 2010 and 2013, they were able to get everything under control because they were dealing with some contracts before 2010 that they were still paying off as well. So by the time they got to 2013, they'd had that solid. Plus, the salary cap's going to go up in the next year or two when they make a new deal in a television
contract. It's at, what,
contract.
71 million now?
I believe that's what it is. And now with Stan Bowman, with the fiscal responsibility that he's had to undergo, giving the two big contracts to Kane and Taves, I mean, it's $84 million each over 8 years. They're locked up to 2023 or something like that.
And Duncan Keith with them.
Exactly. And so there's your core players. I'm sure Corey Crawford is probably going to be thought of too, but the guy that's going to set the table here is going to be Brandon Saad. He's 22 years old out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the man-child, as they call him, is going to get paid.
And what an interesting story for Brandon Saad, this young man who is a first-generation American. His father, at the age of 18, emigrated here from Syria. And his father maintains a lot of contacts back in Syria. Brandon himself is a little vague about the family there. He may have visited there when he was very, very young, 1 or 2 years old, I think. But his father maintains contacts with family back in Syria.
And that's got to be, weighing on his mind. But his dad, he gives his dad all the credit for helping him get through that process of it. And there you see the buses continue to roll on the parade route. These are members of the training and front office staff. And then you'll see at the back of the bus, there's Trevor Van Riemsdyk. He's a guy who they're counting on in the future. Antoine Vermette and Brad Richards.
And Brad Richards won a previous Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
2007, yeah.
Look at the size of that crowd downtown. Wow, what a beautiful sight.
Now, Chicago turns out for its championship teams. We've done this a few times before.
Yeah.
We've gotten used to it in a very nice way.
There's
I can't wait to hear the crowd estimates.
I'll be inflated just a little bit. That's
a lot of
people in Chicago.
We could throw out any number you wanted now. You could say $1 million. You could say $1.5 million. Any number you want.
What a thrill this has got to be for Tara Vinen and Vermette and Timonen.
Jose Sanders at Monroe and Clark. Jose.
They are here. The epicenter of Hawkland this morning. We're at Clark and Monroe, and look at this crowd. You're talking about 10 deep. We got about 50 people deep, at least all the way back. Clark Street is full, one full block, and now this is what they've all been waiting for. The families are coming by, the staff, all the people in the front office, and now those wonderful Blackhawks. You can see them down the way. We have actually had people passing out. It has gotten so hot. They're so packed in here waiting. Medical personnel is here. is Chicago at its finest. This is what this city is all about. This is a sports city, and this is the epitome of sportsmanship and triumph. These are the Chicago Blackhawks, the world champion. And the city of Chicago congratulates your Stanley Cup victor.
It is a great event. This city really did turn out. The rain got in here and out of here. I thought it might have a chance to hold the crowd down, particularly people coming in from the suburbs, looking at the rain moving through, thinking, I'm not going to go down today. Clearly they came down today, and everybody in town turned out. That's a huge crowd, and it has been that kind of crowd the entire length of this parade route.
Let's see, what's the over-under for $2 million?
Yeah. You can pretty much use whatever. Wow, look at that aerial
Look
shot.
at that.
Oh, my
I think that's Chopper 7.
I think and that's at the corner of Monroe and Michigan
Yes,
there.
that's
So
officially the end.
officially, and look at those.
But it's not going to end. It's
Look how
not going
deep.
to end.
Look how deep they're going north and south.
Oh, yeah, that's
Look.
Michigan Avenue.
They're all there at Millennium Park. So
Yeah.
they're on the south end of Millennium Park, right by the Crown Fountain there, to the lower right-hand side of your screen.
Oh, my goodness.
Michigan is shut down, and
Oh, yeah.
boy, you have a crowd there.
And
All
then
those
look at the
people-
crowd still continuing out Monroe over to Lakeshore Drive. And we weren't clear on whether the buses are going to take a run down Columbus. I presume they are going to go down Columbus right through the middle of the park to get to Soldier Field. Rocky Wirtz,
Holding
puck
up
being passed over the top of his head.
Or somebody's child.
He's there with Patrick Sharp and
Great turnout.
Brent Seabrook.
Just a great
I
turnout.
love it. You look at the crowd, and these days, everybody has their arm or arms in the air with their camera or their GoPro. They want a picture to memorialize this day when they have the opportunity to see their championship
You know, that great shot we just had at Michigan Avenue, that could have been from the Art Institute Bridge. I think we've got a camera up in the Art Institute Bridge. That wasn't Chopper 7, that was from the Art Institute Bridge. There we are. There's the Art Institute Bridge shot. That's on the bridge that crosses over. Actually, if you want to go across the bridge and have lunch at Terzo Piano, it's a pretty good restaurant.
A couple things to look at afterwards.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
look at this. This is now everybody coming at you. You're on Monroe between Michigan and Columbus Drive, looking at the entire parade coming right straight at you from that camera that's in the Art Institute Bridge.
And it seems like the crowd is sort of pinched in there right at Michigan Avenue, trying to get closer.
There are the barricades there. So actually, early this morning, there were some people that got up very early out on the median there, which of course you can't see now because there are people everywhere. But that spot was being staked out early.
That's Coach Quinville.
Can you imagine what it feels like to be on one of those pieces?
And I will tell you that I have seen, I won't tell you where I saw it, but I have seen a video of Coach Quinville at about 3 o'clock in the morning after they won the Stanley Cup with a group of people singing Sweet Caroline at the top of his lungs.
How do you sound?
He looked very, very happy.
I bet he did.
He's the perfect coach for this team. He knows exactly how to get what he needs to get on each and every one of these players. And he told me one time it really starts with Jonathan Toews, who is the captain of this team and really brings the leadership. Remember, he was a captain at 19 years old.
Kimmo Timonen, retiring, and his entire career, star hockey player.
Never won a championship. Won 4 silver medals and a bronze with Finland in the Olympics, in Olympic Games, but never at any level won a championship.
Played over 1,100 hockey games in the NHL.
Tears coming out of his eyes the last game when he realized that this, the final game before he retires, he is going to be part of a Stanley Cup team. It's just so emotional.
And before Game 6, the clinching game, Jonathan Toews came to him and said, Kimmo, we win tonight, be ready. And there's usually an honor system when the captain gets the cup. Who does he pass it to first? He gave it to Kimmo Timonen first. He said, you've been waiting a long time for this. Here you go.
But Timonen didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
You're supposed to skate the ice. He thought, I'm just going to hold
And Jonathan is telling him, hey, go ahead.
Yeah,
go out there and
take
skate."
your